we will get to that. We will get to the upcoming ship that you guys already know is coming. We'll get to that in a bit. Welcome to Behind the Claw. We're going to be picking up where we left off last week. These guys, uh, big damn heroes, or at least that's what they're attempting to do. They have dealt with the crew of SJ9801, the stolen or pirated scout ship, and they ended up just shooting them. That made it. They already had a warrant for their capture or dealing with them however they want, and so being pirates, that was probably in their future, anyways. And so they have been dealt with, and they now have SJ9801 up in orbit. They have Scander was able to. Scander did take some damage, but she was able to fend off marked target, and marked target, after taking a couple of Scanders two small missile bays. Marked target saw the writing on the wall and jumped. Not only did they jump, they jumped early within the 100 diameter jump limit. So who knows where they ended up? Because that's a recipe for misjump. And so the travelers have decided that they're going to go for the trifecta, and they're going to go down to Iron Surface, and they are in the they have landed. They are now going to be planning out, or in the process of rescuing said hostages and liberating the Sword World's outpost on Iron. So, the question, of course, is: I assume that you guys are loaded for bear here. Now, don't forget, and actually, I need to take a look here too. Iron. Let me take a quick look. If I remember, Iron's kind of cold. It says 529. Iron is about 8,000 kilometers in diameter with around a 0.45 surface gravity. Very thin tainted atmosphere, so a respirator or filter mask is required. Mean pressure, average pressure here is anywhere from 0.1 to 0.42. Probably, if I remember, it does have some shallow seas. Actually, let's double check that. 9. Oh, it's got. No, it's got. It's in fact, Iron is almost entirely water. This is an island that you are on. It is 86 to 95% water. So it's looking at that and knowing that most of the planet is going to be covered in water. You're probably looking at a pressure that is closer to the high end, being the 0.42. Yeah, 0.42, which still means you're going to need a respirator unless you are acclimated to that. But I mean, that 0.42 is pretty low. Earth's goes from 0.71 to 1.49. So yeah, you're gonna want a respirator. So I'm assuming that you guys are loaded for bear and probably have all of your fancy toys. What's your plan for going in here? So down here, of course, is the wreckage of the Glisten Advantage. You know that there are people inside from Casimir's detect life, and you know that these two buildings and this rudimentary flattened out landing pad looks like somebody just used a fusion gun on the ground here to kind of flatten it out for a ship. Um, this is the base. You know that there are some life signs in both of these buildings. You don't know who they are. You don't know who you actually talk to on the radio. Actually, you haven't talked to anybody from the outpost on the radio. You have talked to somebody claiming to be from the outpost that was returning your call, supposedly from the crash, from the wreckage, while they were still claiming that Glisten Advantage was still flyable. Like, all they needed was some spare parts, and they could get it up and running, and everything was going to be great. So you don't really know a whole lot about what you may or may not be stepping into here. So what is your guys' plan for the approach? Are you going to the buildings first, or are you going to the ship first?
My thought is buildings first. Posing this to the rest of the group. So I think what we should do is we took out the emplacements that they were using to fire on us.
Correct.
So if we can park our ship in such a way that we could actually use the turret on the buildings if necessary, and then just go in and
yeah, you could do that. So I'm assuming where I placed you on the map here, I'm assuming that one of the better well, I don't need to make that assumption. I mean, you could land on their.
How big is our?
You could land on their pad, because this Class E landing pad that they have here, and I use that term extremely loosely, a landing pad, is maybe good for up to 100 tons. So, like, a scout ship could land here, or any kind of
The shuttle's 80.
Right. So the shuttle could land here. Yes.
All right. So my thought is, we land a shuttle there. We aim. This looks like either a generator or a fuel tank of some sort. Is that about right?
Yes.
There was some primitive fueling equipment out here.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is some of the machinery that they use for refueling, basically drawing water from a well. This is probably some kind of generator that powers both of these buildings. And then on the roof of each of these buildings, they have,
Zerzi, Casimir says, I assume you don't want to expose your yourself to like actual live fire and stuff. You're going to send Clanker with us, correct?
Yeah, well, what we could do is once we secure the building, I can go in there and have Clanker guard me, just in case they try to do anything with the building, sabotage it, or
right. Yeah, but I mean, for the first rush, like when we're gonna go in, what I'm asking is, do you physically want to stay behind and pilot the turret and provide us essentially artillery support? Well, not literal artillery, but you understand what I'm saying, right?
My abilities on a turret are not that good.
However, I kind of, Casimir reaches behind his head and pulls out a small wafer and hands it over. It's like, I'm going to want that back, though.
I mean, I could always take the one out of Clanker also.
Well, I assume you're going to send Clanker with us because,
right, if he doesn't need to know how to shoot a heavy turret if he's not shooting one.
Well, aren't you going to say? Because my plan is that you have the turret provide us fire support, and myself, Orion, and Audrey, we go in and take out whoever's left in the building.
I'll just have me and Clank will stay on the ship. Once you guys clear it out, we'll move into the building, and I'll keep an eye on all the electronics and such.
Okay, sounds good. Orion, Audrey, you guys good with this? Guys, gals, good with this?
Audrey is fine with that plan, but you mean we're going to shoot the people in the buildings?
Well, yes,
but hostile.
I mean, they're almost certainly hostile, but Audrey, if you would like, I do have a spare stunner that I can give you if you want.
Audrey would like the stunner.
Okay, there you go. You can have a stunner. It's
you.
got the following stats. One moment. Stunner, stunner,
I
stunner.
think I have them here. Let's see.
Well, I also have a P HUD integration, so that's really the only thing I have on it.
Is it a pistol?
It is the 3D6 version, so I think so.
So, do you know what
Stunner.
tech level it is?
It's like I said, it's a 3D version, so I
Okay.
guess tech level
So
12.
tech
Yeah.
level 12. So something to keep in mind is that the stunner's only good within 10 meters.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to be
That's fine.
fairly close. Not terribly close. The only reason why I asked if it was a pistol is because there is a carbine version of a stunner.
But
That's version.
realistically, the short answer is we take out anybody who looks like a pirate, anybody who looks like a civilian. We either, they either get on the ground or, or we just. I mean, okay. He says going in. I assume anybody that's armed is a hostile. And they need to get taken down.
That would be a good assumption.
Okay.
Yeah. I do have an EMP and 3 frags, so if we need to, we can make use of that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, meanwhile, I say we take out. I guess we should probably.
So from
You take one door, I take the other door.
what it looks like
Uh.
what it would look like to Orion and Casimir. I mean, you've seen small outposts like this before from your military background. This is this outpost. These types are not really designed ever to receive visitors. At best, they'll receive a supply ship. Usually, a supply ship will show up, and it will also be. It's kind of like a lighthouse. So, the ship shows up. It disgorges crew and essentially supplies the old outpost crew is then swapped out with the new crew, and the supplies are loaded up, and then they may not see a ship again for anywhere from 6 months to a year. Out here, on Iron, it's probably about every year that they swap these individuals out, and some individuals who are who have done this for a long time with a particular outpost may select to do multiple tours of duty, and so some of these individuals might have been here for 2-3 years at a time. That's unusual. Usually, if they are staying here, it'll be anywhere from a year to a year and a half extra, and they may receive one additional shuttle, or supply run in that amount of time, but usually it's very short. And the sole existence, as I've stated before, the sole existence for this outpost on Iron is. It is not a military outpost. It's not even geared towards any kind of scientific stuff. This is Iron is one of the metal worlds, and essentially by putting an outpost here, the Sword Worlds is able to say, nope, we have an outpost there. We have marked a claim to it. Aside from that, it serves very little purpose. There's always the political angle, every couple of years where some politician in the Sword Worlds Confederation makes the claim that they're going to, develop the metal worlds or what have you, which is usually all bluster and nothing ever comes of it. So why don't we go ahead and get it out of the way now? Everybody can roll initiative. 2D plus either your intellect or your dexterity.
Make
sure you select your token.
Yeah, that helps. All right. So So Zerzy and Clanker are staying aboard the ship. I'm just gonna move you guys up here. Kind of off the map, out of the way. Audrey, Orion, and Casimir, you can make recon plus intellect checks.
Okay.
See nothing.
We all have special eyes, so if that matters.
Uh,
Well, Orion and myself have special eyes, and Audrey has a special nose.
Yeah, none of that matters because this is a sound-related thing. Audrey would gain, if I remember, it's plus. Is it a +1 or a +2? Take a look here. Burger. It's a DM +1, so even with the DM +1, she would still have missed that. But, Casimir, you, so this machinery right here, this piping and tubing, it all kind of goes into the ground. You know that a lot of these Class E starports have them. They are pulling water from wells. In the middle of all of this is this machine, and it should be making a sound. Usually that sound, it is, in most cases, kind of a multifunctional unit. It is going to be pumping water so that these two buildings potentially will have water. Another part of it, though, is that it is actually cracking the water into hydrogen for their own fuel purposes. And you don't hear any sound coming from this machinery at all. Like when you step out, it is pretty quiet. Like you don't hear a whole lot of wildlife. I'm not sure that Iron even has a whole lot of wildlife. If there is wildlife, I would imagine a lot of it would be. I would imagine a lot of it would be birds or floaters of some kind because of the low gravity.
All right. Well, I remark on that. I say that the machinery is currently either inactive or in like an idling mode. But regardless, yeah. I asked, well, I guess whenever it's on Zerzy or Clanker Stern, I would ask them to see if they can patch into the cameras. Because what I'm thinking right now is that if I had to hazard a guess, by the presence of the radar dish, this is probably the main building, the communication and monitoring array.
Yeah.
And this is probably like the place where they live with like life support and stuff.
Correct. That would be
cool.
your assumption. Yes.
Right. So I guess we probably want to take out the comm building first, and then if they get too uppity, we can just blast a hole in the door of the life support building, and then the problem solves itself.
Yeah, everybody here would. If you're outside of these buildings, you would need to have a respirator of some kind. You don't necessarily need a vac suit, but a respirator at the very minimum, which you guys would have respirators available aboard in the ship's locker on the shuttle. So whatever regular armor you want to wear is perfectly acceptable. But yeah, outside of either of these two buildings, you will need to have a respirator, or else you're going to have difficulty. I wouldn't say that it's going to drop you to your knees unless you're asthmatic, but the air here is very thin. So, Audrey, you can move however many minor actions you want to move. One minor action is 6 meters, 3 is 18.
Okay, so yeah, I guess go there then.
Okay. And what are you having Clanker do?
Clanker is going to hold his action. He's going to aim the turret at this door right here,
Okay.
and basically his trigger, if we're doing like D&D logic, if somebody comes out and appears hostile with like a weapon in their hand and or shooting or something, he'll open fire. Otherwise, he won't.
Okay.
As for me, am I able to attempt to hack into this building, or do I need to like go up to it and access like a panel or something?
Well, there is a radar dish. You can go ahead and try to wirelessly hack in. Their tech level here is tech level 11.
Okay.
So your computer's what, 14?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm good.
So you are able to basically breeze past their security here. So the first thing that you kind of note is that they're, aside from whatever default firewall was set up, there's really no security to be had. Mostly because there's nothing to hide. Nobody gives a shit about this outpost or
Right.
anything in its systems. The other thing that you immediately note is that water filtration and the hydrogen cracking are offline. There is something mechanically wrong with the pump, and you see an immediate note. This is like bullet point number 1 that that there is a request for parts that will be sent, on the next service run that comes in. The other thing that you note is that all of the cameras, all of the security cameras, of which there are 2, one in each of these buildings, have been deactivated.
As in, like, unplug, or like just
Like, you're
turned
not
off?
able to access them at all. They're black, and it just reads offline.
Am I able to remote unlock the door?
Doors aren't locked.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll radio on my comm. Camera in each building is offline. The water splitter needs repair. Doors are unlocked. There's no real security here. Then that's my turn.
Okay. Orion, you can go ahead and move anything between, up to 18 meters.
Okay, I'm getting real nervous. Door unlocked. Hydrogen cracking system offline. Hydrogen is explosive. Ugh. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and it's 6 meters for a single minor action, right?
Yes.
So I can get out to here. I'll go ahead and minor action, move forward. And I'm going to I don't know what vision mode, probably electromagnetic. Just scan the door and the door frame from a distance and see if there's any sort of like motion sensors or anything like that that might be transmitting some sort of signal.
So you're
or giving off an EM field.
You're kind of looking at this door here.
Yeah, both doors.
So both doors, you are picking up EM fields. They are powered up and active. Both are currently closed, but you're not picking up any kind of aside from the EM field that you would expect from these doors, you're not seeing that there's any kind of booby trap or anything strange like that.
Okay. And that would have been a minor action to take a moment to scope those out, right?
Yes.
All right, so that was 2 minor actions, and I got 6 more meters. That should be. Go ahead and move over to here. And I think that's going to be it.
Okay.
I'm just going to call out over on our comms. Be careful going inside. I don't like unlocked doors.
Okay. There we
I don't
go.
like him either. So what I want to do and ask is I want to
Hold on just a sec. Hold that thought for just a second.
No.
out come
the only ones on initiative.
Yep. Out come the 3 guys wearing battle dresses.
Part of me
We can
hopes
take
they
'em.
are. Part of me hopes they aren't.
And no. All right. What were you going to do?
Well, the first thing I was gonna do is ask how much time has passed with the space combat and the moving, flying up, flying down, that whole thing.
I would say probably a good 4-5 hours, because you guys, once you had taken the ship and you knew that Mark Target had made an emergency jump to get away, you then spent some time going through the interior of SJ9801, kind of, looking at the cargo, going through what remained of the logbooks, things like that. So probably about 5 hours has gone by before you decided to come down here. And I mean, from orbit to ground is a pretty short amount of time.
Okay. Yeah, the reason why I asked is because whatchamacallit, I wanted to see how much power points I regain, so I'm going to attempt to see if there's any living targets in there.
Sure.
Which I will. Yep, versus a 4.
So you're picking up pretty much what you picked up before. You're picking up that there are 2 life signs, intelligent, sentient life signs in here. You're picking up 3 in here, in the command building.
Okay.
And you're picking up roughly
50-ish
down in here.
They technically be out of range.
No.
Or actually, no, never mind. It's
5 kilometers.
Yeah, no. What am I saying? Yeah, okay, so I'm good. Okay, so Casimir kind of stops. He sort of leans on the thing, and then he says, multiple targets back on that ship, 2 in here, 3 in here, and then he'll mark that off on the P HUD. Actually, here's a question. This is more of a theoretical thing. Since I have a neural comm, and presumably that's integrated with my P HUD, is it possible for me to automatically kind of to essentially integrate my psionic output into the neural comm and then into my P HUD?
No.
No. Okay.
So,
just making sure.
So, is it possible? Probably, but not. It's not something that you have with you now. It would require a special augmentation later. Something similar to like the PSI-TAPs.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just making sure. Okay. Well, in that case, that's my update.
Okay. Are you moving at all? Did you want to use?
Well, I moved 6, and then it's a full action. So
I gotcha.
Yep.
Audrey, what are you doing?
Okay, Audrey plans to walk up to the door and ring the doorbell.
Okay. So there is a. I mean, it is a very limited like panel on this door. That is this little light right here. It basically has an open button, a close button, and it has just a single push to talk button with a combination speaker and microphone above it. It's kind of just a simple like tech level 6 intercom system. So you could press that and say whatever you would like. There's not really a doorbell or anything like that, but you can press the button and say whatever you like, announcing your presence.
Okay, yeah, Audrey presses the button and says, "Hi, we're here to help you."
Okay. Okay. Audrey says hi, and this door opens. This door does not open yet, but this door does open. And Clanker can make a... Well, Clanker and Zerzy can make... Clanker can make a recon plus intellect check, or just a recon check. And Zerzy, you can make an electronic sensors plus intellect or education check.
All right, so that's for my character.
Zerzy got it.
And that's for Clanker. Well, okay.
Nice.
Holy shit. Oh, well, Clanker rolled boxcars, so yeah. So, both Clanker and Zerzy, down here on the wreckage, you can see that ports have opened up in what remains of the roof here and here, right below where, apparently where you've been told that part of the 50 some odd life forms are. But ports have opened up in the roof of what remains of Glisten Advantage, and 2 pop-up turrets come up. They are each triple turrets, and both turrets start to rotate to aim towards your shuttle. Audrey, so that was a minor action. You should have one more minor action. What would you like to do with it?
Okay, well...
And Audrey, you would see that this door kind of rolled open.
Okay, well then Audrey will start walking towards that door that opened.
Okay, you can move 6 meters.
Mm-hmm.
What is Clanker doing?
Since he's stalled out on the sensors, he would spin the single laser turret on this thing.
Single pulse laser.
Yeah, and aim at we'll aim at this one.
Okay. So he will get hold on, timeout. Oh, I didn't.
This is for the gunner skill, right?
Yes, this would be gunner turret. I didn't need to do that. Do it this way. To gel class shuttle. These are your stats. It has a single pulse laser turret, and if he takes a moment to aim with a minor action, that gives him a +1, and he gets a +1 for fire control.
All right, so I'll just put those as modifiers on it. He will aim on fires a 14.
Okay.
How many dice D damage does it?
It is 2D damage.
6 damage.
Okay. This was a subsidized liner. There it is, liner. It has no armor. 600 tons of no armor. Sidebar. So one of they actually pirated one of these in my Pirates of Drenex campaign, and it kind of got it was modified, and then it just kind of got dumped to their fleets, and these things could be a glass cannon because it's 600 tons, so you can mount like 6 turrets on it, right? But it's got no armor, and so it can deal out a whole ton of damage, but man, you don't want to get shot. So, and you did 6 damage?
Yes.
That would have definitely hit. There it is. Okay. So Clanker turns around and you just hear this as the pulse laser drills through this turret and just wrecks it. Zerzy, what are you doing?
I'm going to pray that Clanker can handle shooting the last turret. I'm going to stay focused on these buildings. So I assume when I hack, I only got into the command one. This one I'm assuming I can't get into because there's no Wi-Fi.
So essentially, getting into this one kind of got you into pretty much everything that has anything to do with this base. You have learned that this unit up here is basically it's a small fusion reactor that powers the base, which is where most of their when this pump is pumping, that's where they're dumping their fuel is into this fusion reactor. Its fuel reserves are at about halfway, so they're
Okay.
Probably hoping that the parts were going to arrive sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm going to.
You're registering that atmosphere in both of these huts is operational. The filters look like they probably need to be replaced, but aside from that, according to the maintenance information logs that you're pulling up, everything is functional except for there's no running water right now.
All right, I'm just gonna make sure all the lights are as bright as they possibly can be in both buildings to make sure there's no sneaky things going on. I'm gonna tell everybody on the comm that the destroyed ship behind us is about to start shooting at our ship, but I think me and Clanker got it. Just keep focusing on the buildings for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Orion, what are you doing?
The door to the building to the north is open, correct?
Correct.
All right, then I'm going to go ahead and minor action move 6 meters forward. Get up here with Audrey. Do I see anyone in there? Through the open doorway? Only see about half.
No.
All right. This is gonna be. Yeah, I think I already know exactly what's gonna happen, but Audrey's has her vac suit on still, right?
Well, no, I'm just wearing the respirator.
Ah, okay.
Does Audrey have any other? Didn't Audrey have like flak or something like that for armor?
Well, yeah, Audrey upgraded armor to.
Or like a cloth jacket or something?
Yeah, the cloth jacket.
So yeah, she's got some armor.
All right. I know I've got a little bit more than she does, so I will go ahead and use another minor action. And I'll get up to the door and just kind of down low, try to get a peek in, see if I can see what's going on inside.
Okay. Hold on a second here.
Or actually, I got my P-HUD on my Gauss rifle, so I won't stick my head around the corner. I will hold out my Gauss rifle and look through the scope through the P-HUD
Okay.
and through my glasses or my eyes and just see if I can see anyone in there.
School shooter trench coats. Yes. Yes. So you used a minor action to move up to this door, is what you're saying, right?
Yeah, 2 minor actions to move, and then another minor action to basically recon in with my P-HUD on the rifle scope.
Gotcha. Well, now you do see. Whoops. Now you do see individuals in here. And let me see. What have they got? Well, they're armed pretty good. And as soon as you stick your nose in there and kind of sweep the rifle around, this guy takes a shot.
Yeah.
And he gets a +1 for range. That's going to hit. For a +3 to damage.
I can use a reaction to dodge, yes?
You can. So
I'm certainly going to try.
now I, of course, need to... If I remember, it adds your dex... dodging. Inflict a penalty equal to their dex DM or athletics dexterity, whichever is higher. So what's your dex modifier? Or your athletics dexterity?
They're both the same. They're
Okay.
both the same, +1.
Okay, so he has a -1 to that, making it a 10, which is actually good for you because that only makes it a +2. And he is using burst fire. For 2 to damage. 17. This guy, so everybody outside, Casimir and Audrey, you hear, the staccato report of an assault rifle and a 2-shot burst. And Orion, you take 17 minus whatever your armor protection is.
Ooh, so that would be 9 then, because I have armor 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And that, of course, comes off of your endurance first.
Yeah.
And so he attempts to dodge. This guy, which will... so because you dodge, that's a reaction on your next turn. You're at a -1 for anything that you want to do. This guy... is going to move there. And he is going to fire a snub pistol. On here, I need to look. I don't think snub pistols have very good range, but let's just take a look. Range of 5 meters. Oh boy. So let's see here. +1. I'm going to say that is within long range for a snub pistol, but he gets no bonus to that. So +1 it is. And he misses with a 7. Or maybe he doesn't miss. He shoots and it bounces off whatever armor protection that Orion has on and is inconsequential. Actually, on the pirates. These guys. this door opens, and you see a guy standing there. He's got one minor action left. He's going to use a minor action to aim on Audrey. Meanwhile, down here, the second turret is going to open fire on the shuttle. But, hold on here, I need to go back. Because the shuttle already took some damage. I think it was 5 points. Okay. Sorry, I'm juggling multiple windows here. The shuttle has 27 hull points left. That way we can keep track. And this turret is going to open up with 3 beam lasers. And this guy is really bad. He misses terribly. He overshoots. And 3 beam lasers. Audrey, all of your fur stands on end as these 3 beam lasers go over the roof of this building. This guy in the turret just completely misses. Casimir, what are you doing?
His mic is muted. He may need to type.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I was clearing my throat and then realized that I wasn't muted for that, and then I muted now. Anyway, yes. So, yeah, I stand in cover behind this thing. I assume it doesn't actually block line of sight.
It is. It's probably a good 2 meters tall, but you can kind of look under this crook and kind of see through here. So
okay. Well,
there would be line of sight from under this thing directly to the door.
Well, I don't necessarily. I want to shoot something. Is really the answer. Okay.
Well, let's see. If you
either here
within 6 meters, you could get to here, and you would have line of sight. So from here, you would have line of sight on this guy because this door opened up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'll go there. And yeah, I'm just gonna full auto the bastard.
Sweet. So what are you shooting?
I'm shooting my favorite gun, the cartridge laser rifle.
Cartridge.
Full auto. Who's got auto 3?
All right. So you get to make 3 attacks for full auto.
Oh, it's also got X-ray outlining 3 meters. That's useful, probably.
So the one thing that so with slug weapons, we're gonna make it the same for everybody. So your first shot is normal. Your second shot is at -1. Your third shot is at -2.
Okay. So in that case, it's going to be an 8, an 8, and an 8 in all cases. So
that hits.
All hit.
That all hits.
So very nice.
Oof. Let's see here.
How many shots
this guy may not even be around anymore.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
Oh, no. So, you just with a laser rifle, it's probably not, like a blaster from Star Wars. It's probably more like you just hold the button down and just rake that beam through that area. And so essentially you rake it through this door opening, and this guy is essentially pretty much cut in half completely and expires on the spot. And Audrey's nose kind of twinges because the air is now filled with the scent of burning ozone and burning human flesh and melted polycarbonate as this guy drops to the ground.
Well, he was probably a bad person anyway.
More than likely, yes.
Yeah, well, that's me for now.
Okay, Audrey, what would you like to do?
Okay, Audrey runs over to Kashmir and takes cover amongst the pipes,
Okay.
and then is going to have the assault rifle out. Good measure. Oh. Is she able to see any of those pirates in there?
Probably that guy, the one with the snub pistol.
Yes, but you're going to be having to shoot past Orion. So
Oh. Yep. All right. Well, then Audrey will not do any shooting this turn.
You
okay.
just take aim.
Yeah, you
just
can
take aim.
Yeah, you can take aim. Or you
Okay,
can,
Audrey takes aim.
or you can hold your action. Are you aiming
Yeah.
at this guy up here, or are you aiming through this door?
Okay, so I guess Audrey will hold action to, if this door opens and a guy comes out, she will shoot that person.
Gotcha. What is Clanker doing?
Clanker is going to fire his turret at the other turret.
Okay, go for it.
Touching turrets, how lewd.
What?
Touching turrets, how lewd.
Yeah, I know.
Turret toucher.
He also does the aiming and the other thing to get the 2 modifier.
Yes.
Fire control.
+1 for fire control, +1 for aiming.
There you go. Only a 9.
That's still a hit. 2d +1 damage.
6 again.
6
Nice.
again.
Almost luck that'll blow it up.
Yeah, that because of all the damage and there's no armor, that turret basically is cored again as pulse lasers, blast this thing apart.
And then Zerzi is going to yell. I'm assuming we have like an outdoor megaphone or something.
Probably not.
Yeah, wouldn't make sense on a shuttle, actually.
Yeah.
Oh,
But you can take over the comms, probably.
Oh yeah. I'll sound like a local. Can I sound like a local message, like to all communication devices?
Yeah.
I'll just put out a local comm saying, "Those of you in the crash ship whose 2 turrets I just blew off, if you want to live, come out right now with your hands up."
Okay, so you send that message. Orion, what are you doing? With your badly bruised self.
Yeah. My 1 endurance still. Yeah, that sucked. Orion's just gonna go ahead and flip the Gauss rifle over to full auto and spray down these 2 pirates.
They are within 5 meters, so yes, you can do that. Slug rifles.
And
This
I've
rifle has
also
AP5 auto 3, so you can make 3 attacks. First attack is regular, second attack is -1, third attack is -2.
then I get a +1 from the P-HUD and a +1 from close range.
Correct. And you can use a minor action to aim on the first shot. Oh, wait,
I'm going to be moving after this.
Actually,
I'm
no,
gonna
you
be
can't.
moving.
You can't aim with full auto. Never mind.
Yeah. Okay, cool. There's the first one.
Yikes.
Second one. third one.
Oh, okay.
Holy shit! Yeah, wow.
All right.
They
So
pissed me off.
yeah, I can see that. So let's see here. He's gonna take.
They're just lucky I didn't have a magazine of plasma ammo in there.
Huh.
Let's see, and then. So what I'm doing is I'm going to spread the second shot between the two of them, because there isn't a third guy standing in the middle here. So this guy is going to
That's fair.
third. He actually did better than the first guy did, but then one guy's going to.
Oh yeah, I would have had the -1 from having dodged, but they all still would have hit.
That's true. That is true. This guy would drop. This guy. Is still standing. So Orion opens up and rakes full auto fire from the Gauss rifle across this area, and this guy drops to the ground. This guy takes it and kind of stumbles back 1.5 meters and is still standing. But Orion, you can make a recon plus intellect check. Go ahead and take your -1 on that.
Okay. -1. Six.
So this, you're not able to see a whole lot, but you can see that both of these guys are wearing what appears to be just standard vac suits. You can see that the guy that's still standing, he kind of stumbles back, and you can see that there are a number of holes, but you're not in the vac suit, but you can't really tell if they penetrated all the way through or not.
Gotcha. And then I'll use my remaining minor action to boot, scoot, and boogie around the corner over here.
Okay.
And that'll be it for me.
All right.
Giving the turret clear lines of fire.
All right. So meanwhile, Audrey, you can take your held action shot.
Okay. Shoot that guy.
Are you doing single shot, burst, or full auto?
I guess burst.
Okay, so you can add your auto score to the damage.
Okay.
Oosh. So your shot misses and hits up here, kind of damaging the edge of the door controls. This guy, he's going to return fire. He has an assault rifle. Oh, yeah, he gets a +1 for range. 200 meters is their top range. Their top end. He hits Audrey. +1 to damage. 15 minus your armor protection.
So then that would be 7. To protect from.
So you're wearing
Endurance.
a cloth jacket, right?
Yes.
Cloth jacket is -5. Are you cloth jacket or
-5.
is it a cloth jacket or a cloth trench coat? I think it's a trench coat, which would be
Yes.
We got
which would be +6 protection. So,
Oh.
So you would take 9.
Okay, so that would be lose 6 endurance, and then I guess the rest to range.
You can split it between strength and dexterity if that helps.
I'll do all strength.
How's Audrey feeling after that?
Not so great.
All right, this guy. Is going to muscle his way out the door to there. Hold on here. God, these guys suck. He gets nothing for intellect. So he does see Orion, and he is going to switch tactics and shoot at Orion, but he's taking a -1 because he was going to fire on Audrey, but then he suddenly sees Orion there, so he's going to take a -1 to that, and he is shooting a snub pistol and misses completely. Man, those snub pistols must be awful too. Clanker and Zerzy. Clanker can make a recon check, and Zerzy can make a electronics sensors plus intellect or education. Don't forget, you don't get all your computer shit on it. It's just the sensor.
Oh, I know. I have a separate role for the hack stuff.
Okay. So Zerzy gets it. Let me see. What does Zerzy see? On sensors, Zerzy detects that there are 2.
Oh no.
That have come out of the wreckage of the ship and are now kind of crouched down. It appears that they are attempting to either... I mean, they're attempting to either flank Audrey, Kaz, and Orion, or heading for the shuttle itself.
Now, do I... Oh, well, I guess I wouldn't. I probably would know from a sensor reading. Do they have weapons?
You don't know. It's a safe assumption.
Okay. All right. Well, since Clanker didn't see him, I assume he can't shoot at them.
No, he would not have. I mean, he would be able to on his turn, but I would assume that Zerzy would probably inform his bot that there's 2 targets.
Right, but I go after him,
the southeast.
So that's why.
Right.
Would Clanker be able to shoot the pirates to the north at all, or is that too much stuff?
I mean, you could, but that's going to do starship scale damage on this building, and so I mean, I don't know that Orion's going to like that too much.
All right, since Clanker didn't see him, I'll tell him, but by then that's my turn.
Okay. Casimir, what are you doing?
All right. Well, there's these 2 fellers lined up in a good line for an auto burst. So I'm gonna. You said I can't take aim on
full auto.
If I'm okay, all right. Well, all right. So full auto. I'm targeting both of these guys, both these little fellers.
Sure.
And yeah, let's get to it.
Got 3 or 2 rolls?
3. It's got auto 3. Yeah. 2, and 3. That didn't work. All right, there you go. And the penalty is already included.
Nice. Very nice. So, again, these guys are just wearing standard vac suits. Probably minus the helmet and gloves. Let's see. Oof. He is hurting. Second guy. Okay, and then the third burst, their vac suits soak it up for each of them.
All right.
But both of the so you rake these guys with laser fire, and you can see parts of their suit kind of flame for a second, and they're smoking, but they are still standing. Of course, they didn't take any kinetic impact with a laser. Did you?
Sure.
So you used your minor action to aim, right? Or no, you didn't.
No,
you could move
right,
if you wanted to.
Because it's auto, yeah. So instead, what I would like to do is it doesn't really require minor action, but still, I'm gonna which one looks more wounded, and whichever one looks more wounded, I'll tell Audrey to go and try to finish that one off with the stunner. So
They both
mark the.
Honestly, they both look like about the same. I mean, you can make a recon plus intellect check, and
Can I do a medicine instead?
from this range, probably not.
Okay, that's fine. Recon. Oh wow. Okay, cool.
So yeah, I mean, you're seeing both of them. You can see that their suits have been cut through from the laser fire. That probably these suits are now worthless. I mean, they're still going to provide some protection, but they are not safe to be taking out into vacuum. Aside from that, I mean, they both look like they're about equally injured. I mean, they're both kind of stumbling and whatnot from the damage, but you can't tell which one's worse than the other.
All right, fine, fair enough. Then in that case, I tell Audrey, try to take out the closest one with the stunner.
Okay.
And that's my go.
Okay, Audrey, what are you doing?
All right, Audrey shoots the stunner at that closest guy.
So you have to be within 10 meters. Let's see.
Let me get the ruler.
Yeah, you are within
Yeah.
10 meters. You can definitely do that.
Okay. Builds.
Oh, all right. So that is a hit for 3d plus 2 damage.
Up to 7. Three. Oops. 6 plus 3.
Oof. This guy
Nice.
This guy drops immediately. I don't know why that's still there, but that's okay. Anyways, he drops to the ground and just kind of crumples under this. You know, lightning shoots out from the barrel, the short barrel of this, and he eats it and drops to the ground.
Okay, that's my turn.
Okay. What's Clanker doing?
Clanker is, I guess, going to attempt to recon, right? To see if he sees these guys.
He can do that, yeah.
Does a 9 see them?
Yes, he does.
Cool. Space weapon or not, he's shooting them with a turret.
All right.
Oh,
Go for
oh,
it.
those poor fucks.
So, he wouldn't be able to
Is he
aim.
able? He would or wouldn't?
He would not.
Okay, so only the +1 modifier?
Correct.
Okay. So a 10 to hit.
Roll 2d plus 1 times 10.
Does it matter, honestly?
It might. I mean, stranger things have happened. Trust me.
Well, can they really soak dirty? Okay, well,
Yeah, because I... Did I do that right?
yeah.
2 to
No,
Well,
because you multiplied the 1.
You don't need to. Yeah, you wouldn't put the times 10 in there because it doesn't know what to do with that.
Okay. So it'd be...
So yeah, that would be 50 points.
You know those like really disturbing photos from Hiroshima with the people
You know the shadow people.
with the shadow people in Hiroshima? Yeah.
Hmm.
How does it feel doing a war crime, Captain?
Hey, you know the old saying. It's not a war
He was
crime the
aiming
first
at their
time.
equipment.
Yeah. That one also works. I destroyed enemy equipment.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
I mean, I did send out a comm saying, come out with your hands up.
You
Like
sure
now.
did. We all heard it, and if we're lucky, there won't be anybody left to tell us otherwise.
So Clanker cuts loose with the pulse laser, and this first guy is completely vaporized in the initial hit. The second guy is luckily, or perhaps maybe not luckily, shielded by the first guy, and he doesn't take as much of the laser and is still standing, barely. But this whole ground area here is now partially on fire.
I'll say Zersey just once again send the comm out. I'm telling you one more time, come out with your hands up, or you will be shot upon.
Make a persuade plus social check.
Persuade plus
And you can make
social.
that with a boon.
Okay, so that's the regular roll. And the boon would change the 1 to a 3, so it'd be a 9.
Okay. This guy drops his weapons and lays down on the ground with his hands behind his head.
Does have a brain cell.
We'll give him a little flag for surrender.
Okay.
Orion, what are you doing?
Glad I can't see what just happened to that guy over there.
Well, I would imagine
horrifying.
you probably would have seen the flash from behind you. This whole area would have lit up like neon Christmas.
Yep. Now I'm gonna focus on. Yeah, you know what? I'm still on full auto. I'm gonna go ahead and shift my aim to these two coming out the door.
So one of them
And,
crumpled to the ground right now and unconscious.
Oh, that's right. He got stunned. In that
You can
case,
fall out of the last guy.
I'm going to flip to burst fire,
Okay.
and that takes a minor action to change fire modes, right?
Correct.
Okay. Then, yeah, I'm gonna line up a shot with this guy in the door and try to put him down.
Okay.
That over burst. Don't need to do anything crazy. P-head bonus is already added in.
That is a hit. Oh, man.
An effect of 3, so 24 with AP 5.
Oof. Yeah, you light this guy up with a Gauss burst, and he just goes down. Those Gauss rounds go through his vac suit like it's not even there.
All right, and that
should be it.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's gonna be it for me.
This pirate makes the wise decision. He calls out that he is surrendering. And you see you can see a snub pistol come flying out the door. He just throws it out the door. Down here, Zerzi, the comms on your ship come alive, and actually all of you can hear it through your comm dots. This guy, there's one last guy. Let me mark him. He radios in. He says, "We surrender, but we need some we need some assurances that we'll be let off world." He says, "If without those assurances, I start shooting hostages."
Try to think how I'd want to respond to that. I'll tell him that you can come with us, but you're not going to be allowed to have weapons, and we can take you to the next planet we're going to, and you can have your day in court.
He says, "No." He says, "Any of my crew that is left, we're not getting turned in, and you give us a ride to wherever it is that you're going, and we part ways." He says, "We'll agree to hand over our weapons, but we're not going to spend a day in jail."
I need you to give me assurances that none of the hostages are injured or dead.
So there's a pause, and he says, "Well, there were some minor injuries in the crash, but for the most part, they're doing okay. There's nothing that requires any kind of surgery or anything like that."
If you come quietly with all the hostages, we can part ways at the next planet we stop at.
And he kind of there's a pause, and then he says, "Okay, well, I think that's the best that we're going to be able to do, because he goes, as you probably know, our ship left us here, so we're kind of stuck here."
I say I will. I'm able to send private comms and stuff like that too, right?
Yeah, you can switch over to private comms.
Yeah, I'll switch to private comm to Casimir when he messages me that, and I'll say, for now we will, but we'll see what happens when we get on to the planet. Right now, we just got to rescue these hostages.
We don't really need the one hostage, but all right, Captain. If that's okay, fine.
He may have valuable intel, and we'll see. There's a couple of guys I may have vaporized.
Aren't you a fancy space wizard? Why don't you use your bullshit space wizard powers and kill him at a distance? Gee, yeah.
Melt their brain.
Yeah,
That's
what kind
saved for special occurrences only.
I mean, okay, all right, fine.
It'll be okay.
All right,
And
fine. Don't let me kill any more pirates. Fine.
I switch back to the other comm and say, all right, just have the non-injured hostages carry the injured ones out. You come out without any weapons, and we will all help each other.
Okay. So you guys see the last two of the pirates. This guy comes out, and he is unarmed. In fact, he gave his snub pistol over to one of the hostages, and you can see that just a line of people, some helping one another with like some makeshift crutches and whatnot. They start to lead their way out. This guy, who is unarmed, comes out and he gets down on his knees and he has his hands behind his head. But all of these 50 odd hostages, of which 45 of them were passengers or crew of the Glisten Advantage. 5 of them were stationed here on iron, and the one of the ones from the iron outpost comes running up to you guys, Audrey, Orion, and Kaz, and he's like, you're not actually thinking of letting these bastards go, are you? Like, they need to face Sword World's justice.
We have made an agreement. As long as they uphold their end, there isn't need for more bloodshed. The two that are on the ground, can either of them see my face at the moment? The surviving pirates?
So this guy could probably see your face. This guy's unconscious. This guy's bleeding out. This guy in here is in dire need of medical attention.
Gotcha. We have to trust in the captain's guide.
So we are out of combat. How do you guys want to handle this? Like I said, this guy, I mean, they're all, except for the one guy that was inside the wreckage. All of the rest of these pirates are all badly injured. This guy who surrendered is pretty badly injured. This guy's really badly injured. How do you guys want to handle this? Like I said, all of them have. This guy, I mean, he's not as bad off as some of the other ones, but they're all in need of medical attention.
Get them stabilized. Yeah. We made a deal.
Yep, load them onto the shuttle.
We made a deal for the last pirate who was holding the hostage still. The other guys, I didn't make a deal for them.
He did say his crew, but the ones that are slowly bleeding out, like, yeah.
I mean, you can take them into a building and ease their.
Oh no! I drag him out. I drag him out specifically. Like okay. Kaz is the doctor on the premises, and Hippocrates has been dead for like millennia of millennia. So the guy that's like unconscious with the stunner, he gets medical treatment, and again, by medical treatment I mean stabilization. That's all he gets. The guy that surrendered, like, we don't do anything with him, but the guys that are, like, were actively shot, they're not getting shit. In fact, like, is Casimir cold-blooded enough to execute them?
So...
No.
This guy is pretty badly burned from laser fire. This guy is pretty badly burned from laser fire. This guy's badly burned from laser fire, and he's been stunned. And this guy is barely hanging on with several Gauss rounds embedded in his torso.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna treat the two burnt guys. I'm gonna treat
Okay.
the unconscious guy. I'm going to move his unconsciousness from like unconsciousness to like essentially uninduced unconsciousness. So treat him, but keep him under. And then what I'm expecting is that by the time I'm done with him, this guy's just gonna bleed out. So.
That's probably true. Go ahead and make a medic plus education check for these two guys that with the laser wounds.
Yep, 2, and then the last guy 8, which doesn't really do anything, but it's still technically a success. Oh, that's minimum of 1. Okay, fine, whatever.
I know something I can do that will be pretty cool looking. I can help Audrey. So I'll do something I think I've only done once this entire campaign. Once while Casimir is helping heal, I'm gonna go to Audrey because you're pretty messed up, right?
Audrey did get shot.
I'm gonna say.
Oh, you did? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna help you, assuming I pass the psychic check. I'm gonna try to do empathic healing and transfer her wounds to me.
Damn it!
Oh.
Let's see. Whoops, that was a misclick. Alright, this says telepathy, but it's my Jordani thing. Never mind, I failed horribly.
Oh, thanks for trying anyway.
Oof.
So I just-
No, I'm sorry, Audrey. I didn't realize.
I put my hand on your shoulder and say, "Do you feel better now?"
No,
No? What am I supposed to?
Casimir comes by with a big ass syringe, a Band-Aid, and a lollipop, and how about now? You heal for 2 endurance.
Did Audrey take any strength or dexterity damage?
3 strength damage.
So
Oh, okay. Well, I
2
guess
has to go to the strength first.
Yeah.
But if
Okay.
you're still down 1 and you're at 0 endurance, then Audrey's injured enough. Audrey's gonna need surgery.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. So in that case, all right. So I provide the first aid, and then and I say, wow, actually, you're a lot more wounded than I thought. Fortunately, the good news is I do have a Varger Xeno chip, which means that I call out to one of the hostages. Like I asked him, do you know if the ship's med bay is still functional?
The hostages tell you that there are probably supplies in there, but the interior of the ship is just canted at a weird angle, and it's bedlam in there. However, this building does have a single infirmary bed.
Aha! All right, Audrey, come on, let's take a look at you. All right, and
Okay.
now I do a surgery test.
So the one guy does bleed out. This guy, because it was only a flat 8, he got nothing, and he's unconscious and slowly gurgling. he's circling the drain.
I'll
Well,
go
no.
over
That
and
guy is
to do some
stabilized.
Basic.
No, he shouldn't. He's not, because by the time I got to him, you had only rolled an 8, and the effect is what goes to it. He got nothing, so he's circling the drain.
I do have medic 1. I'll try to do some of the basic first aid training.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go for it.
Sure,
Just
Go
to
for it.
stabilize.
If
him,
you've got
stop the bleeding.
what kind of med kit do you have?
Whatever medical supplies Casimir would have left behind.
Okay, so
I mean, I'm using my good med kit, so
it's like what, a +1 onto that roll?
I do have some basic bandages though. Yeah, Or actually, you know what? I've got duct tape.
There you go.
I pull out a roll of duct tape. And
Not gonna lie, duct tape.
Shut.
Duct tape actually can be used pretty well to seal a wound. I've done it.
used
yeah.
the medic in the
Yeah.
army too, so
No, duct tape.
Worked like that.
Honestly, duct tape is incredible. Or like apparently like surgery glue. It's just like it's literally crazy glue.
It's just super glue. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stings like a bitch, but it works.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
shit, you know.
I'll just do some makeshift bandaging with a duct tape, trying to duct tape the suit down over the wound to just stop the bleeding.
So yeah, with a TL10 med kit, you get a +1 to your medic plus intellect or education check.
Right.
If you need another high-tech med kit, let me know. I do have one.
That'll be useful for the future.
Oh, thank you.
I have a T10 med kit also. If you guys ever need one.
That's 7.
No, this guy actually takes a point of damage and is getting worse. But yeah, Audrey's surgery goes well.
It does take me 4 hours though, so there is that.
Yeah, you guys are down here for like another 4 hours. As these hostages are kind of grouping around, the shuttle. I mean, the shuttle.
Well, seriously, start flying them up. Actually.
Well, we've got the other shuttle on the scanner. We can have them send it down.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. That's right. I forgot we have the
one going
shuttle.
down, one going up.
Yeah, and we can come up with the pirates at the end once you're done with surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, the pirates should probably go up first so that they can be,
Put in the brig.
So
Yeah.
So you guys are calling for this other scanner shuttle. Magnus wants to know. Magnus Sundstrom wants to know. Radioing down to the shuttle wants to know a status update. How are things going? He knows that you called for the other shuttle to come down. He wants to verify, since these guys tried to pull some shenanigans before. Wants to verify with you what the current status is.
Is he who's he calling in particular?
He would be calling the shuttle specifically.
So probably you.
All right. Yeah, I will. I'll tell him that pirates had taken over the crash ship, had hostages. All pirates are either dead or incapacitated. All hostages are alive and well. A few have minor injuries, but nothing too major. The outpost itself seems fine. Just needs some spare parts, which should hopefully be on the way. And everything's under control right now.
So are you going to tell him about the agreement you made with the pirates?
I'll tell him that Kurt Avas will have a couple of people to question when we get him back aboard.
Okay.
And do with as he sees fit.
Okay. So he confirms, and within this 4-hour window, while Audrey's being worked on, they send the other shuttle down, and they start ferrying people back up. Just out of curiosity. So yeah, I mean, one of these shuttles should be able to take most of these people in relative comfort. I mean, it's got 60 tons of cargo space. I mean, it's probably going to suck, that initial takeoff, but once they've got plenty of room for people. And so the shuttle comes down, and they take these 3 pirates. This guy does not make it all the way back to the ship. And so there are only 3 that are sent back to Skander, or 3 that walk out of the shuttle once it gets back to Skander. And so 4 hours kind of goes by with Casimir working on Audrey. The surgery comes through. Audrey's kind of a little groggy from being put under with the med kit, but is able to function. Or at least she can. You can get her from this hut to her seat on the shuttle and seatbelt her in, and you guys can get back up to Skander. Who's flying?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make
I think that's.
a piloting small craft plus dex check.
Mm-hmm. Get out of here. Wow. Well, it's a bit of a bumpy ride, so
Yeah.
Audrey, I hope you're holding on to something.
So yeah,
You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
Would I be
Yeah.
able to use my powers to help with the mechanics of the ship using
sure.
control?
Yeah.
And Orion's going to try to brace Audrey, and so she doesn't get more wounded.
Yeah.
Here are the stitches.
I hit an air pocket. Well, so
Bit of turbulence.
I failed.
yeah.
So yeah, it is a really bumpy ride getting back up, and the shuttle. I mean, it only took minor damage, but it actually takes another 1 point of damage in exiting the atmosphere. Just the bottom part of it is just burned off some of the hull as you climb up out of Iron's atmosphere. Which is a real trick because it's a very thin atmosphere, and so you still, there's still a big burn skid mark on the bottom of the ship, but you do get back to the Skander. It is kind of a bumpy docking sequence, but nobody inside, takes any damage, and you are back aboard. And like I said, Audrey's probably going to need some recovery time. There is a sick bay, right here. So Audrey's probably recovering in sick bay. Does Casimir want to monitor her? I mean, it's not really a sick bay. It is. I mean, I guess it is a med bay, but I really think.
Yeah, I mean, it's maybe good enough, and I mean, I feel confident about my surgery, so yeah, I'll monitor that she's not crashing out after that convenient flight.
Okay.
Which I assume she's not, and like with a 13, once I see that her vitals are stable, I'm like, here, just here's a book, here's some morphine. Yeah, you're fine. I'm going to bed.
So yeah, Magnus kind of meets with you guys. He has you bring up the passengers, or actually bring them into this large cargo bay, and basically just have them kind of mill around for a bit. And Magnus kind of comes down to deck 1, and or rather deck 2. Or no, this would be deck 1. Oh no, I guess it is deck 2. My bad. And so on deck 2, he kind of comes down to the cargo bay, and he kind of holds up his hands to get everybody to kind of calm down and be quiet. And he welcomes everybody. Welcome aboard the Skander. We will be making for the jump limit and then setting course for Biter. And he apologizes to these people. He tells them that, I mean, for 45 people, he doesn't have staterooms for everybody. But he has ordered several of the Skander's deckhands and crew to bring spare emergency blankets and anything that can be made, into a pillow or some kind of comfort. And he tells the people, he's like, yeah, please, the best that I can do to house all of you is to keep you in the cargo hold for now. And in a week, we will be back to Biter, and where you will be able to be disembarked. And he has other crew members. I don't think Skander really has a steward. So he has other crew members bring down things, food and drink, offering them even mead from the ship's stores. And he makes a jump for Biter.
I can assign Clanker to do steward duties during this whole trip.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. What kind of steward skill did you buy, Clanker?
He has the +3 to it.
Oh, nice. Go ahead and roll 2d plus 3.
Ooh.
I think he does. Yeah, he does.
He does pretty well. I mean, he's a robot, so he's not fantastic. But during the week, along with Clanker attempting to provide steward duties, this particular common area, which is mostly a crew common area, the crew kind of agrees to open that area up, and they can allow people in. So that they can eat and relax in some modicum of comfort. Everybody can. I was gonna say everybody, but I don't know. Audrey, you can study while you're laying in recovering from surgery in the med bay.
Okay.
Everybody can add a week to your study periods.
Okay.
If it helps, when we get aboard, I'll have a quick conversation with Kurt at some point and tell him that the pirates are all his. He can kill them, he can keep them, they're under his custody. I was never going to actually let them go free, but
So yeah, I mean, so Kurt,
they may have intelligence, which may help the sword wielders.
Yeah, Kurt's kind of at a he's at a bit of a crossroads with that, because on the one hand, personal honor and your word is a big thing with sword wielders. huge thing. And so, I mean, on the one hand, he tells you that, so Magnus and Kurt, essentially, they put these guys in the brig, which they kind of expected, not gonna lie. But as far as like not holding up to the promise of the deal, that bothers Kurt. And as a sword wielder, that's a big thing. On the flip side of that too, Kurt is also in intelligence, so he understands what you're saying. So how he's more inclined to honor the deal because he's a sword wielder.
At that point,
he doesn't like it, but as a sword wielder, your word is your bond and your oath.
Okay.
I guess learning that, I would try to have a little powwow with these guys about, like, even no matter if I'm the captain or not, I still want my crew to be happy, and I want my guys here to be happy. So I would, at some point during the week, set them down and be like, okay, well, what do you guys want to do with these prisoners? Personally, I don't care. They're pirates, but the sword wielders want me to honor the deal, and I'll let them know that Kurtavas says that. But I will do what the crew wants. So if you guys want me to kill them, we'll kill them. You guys want me to let them go, we'll let them go.
The thing is, Cass says, now we're in a position, because on the one hand, it's personal honor. So, like, while you said you're not going to kill them, I didn't promise jack shit. But on the other hand, if I do just go and murder them, that's, that makes you look like a weak captain to others. Because,
well, on the flip side of this too, Magnus isn't going to be really okay with you guys just going in and killing these guys. Right. Magnus hasn't really been let in too much on what this deal was, but he's not going to be okay with you guys going into the brig and just offing these guys. Your choice is to honor your deal, and Magnus would understand that, or turning them over to the authorities when you reach Biter.
which makes him into a liar. Okay, hold on. All right. Wait up.
Have a potential solution. I made no agreement whatsoever. We could honor the agreement, take them down on a shuttle to the planet's surface, not the actual starport, but just out in the wild, somewhere where they'd have a chance to avoid authorities. Maybe drop me down in advance with my sniper rifle.
Again, it's the kind of thing like
You guys lift off. I take care of business. Come back in an hour and pick me up.
Look, I feel like this is the kind of thing where if we do this, like again, obviously, can we kill them? Yes, and you and I haven't promised anything. Besides, we're Imperials, and our future captain here is a Jadani space wizard. We don't have to abide by the laws and the laws of Sword World Society. But again, if we do this, it makes Xerxes look bad, like really bad. It means that his crew it means that his word can't be trusted, and or he can't be trusted to keep control of his crew. So at this point, I'm just gonna say that we just have to butter up and take it.
Audrey, what do you think?
All right. Well, in character, Audrey doesn't
I have
like
this image of
anyone.
all of you crowding around Audrey's bed in the med bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has balloons and get well cards.
Yes. And milk bones.
Yes. Audrey would not want to kill them, so she would say that we should drop them off when we land in town on the planet. But then out of character, I would say all we said was we would drop them off on the next planet. So we could, technically, it would be our word if we drop them off in the wilderness and flew away, and then it's up to them if they get back to civilization or not. They can do a season of Survivor.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's fair.
Well, I do have a counter proposal, which I just thought
Okay.
of. Since we are potentially about to embark on our own adventure away from the Skander and Magnus, having a couple of pirate contacts could potentially pop up again and be valuable.
That is true.
Ooh,
That is a good point.
I would say not these guys, though, because these guys are incompetent.
And they
But
saw us wipe out a bunch of their buddies.
Yeah, so I would say like I agree with you, but not these guys in particular.
But they do know that big ass ship that ran away. So if we see them again, we could tell them, "Hey, we did let your guys live."
Yeah, but at the same time, like the other ship was willing to let these guys go, so these guys are obviously like run-of-the-mill crew. So again, I'm not disagreeing with you in theory, but I think in practice these guys are obviously like the dregs of their ship. So,
Well, I mean, the truth of the
Oh.
matter is the whole saying that there's honor among thieves has always been a load of shit.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of pirates, if they're the ones on the ship and they've got crew that are on the planet or on another ship, and it means saving their ass, they'll leave them.
well, yeah, that's also true. But at the same time, you're not gonna leave you would have let your first mate or your captain or your quartermaster down in the first place, which is but
yeah, this isn't Star Trek.
yeah, exactly. So realistically, the answer is I do agree that probably having like a couple of shady contracts is a good idea. I just don't think it should be these guys. I think in this case we eat the loss, or actually no, I'm sorry, this isn't a loss. We won, right? Like we won and we won bigly, so to say. So let these guys, let these guys go. We can always inform the local, contact whatever the local starport, since there's only one on every planet, well, unless there's a secret one, but the main one, be like, hey, these guys, these descriptions, I can have their I can do a medical checkup on them and give their full medical workout to the authorities, which will make them easier to catch. But I think in this case we should keep our word and let them go.
All right, but you could take their pictures and their fingerprints.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
totally.
Their fingerprints, their pictures, their retina
Take blood
scans, like
sample.
A stool
like
sample.
everything. Yeah, like I'm just gonna say, all right, like I'm gonna say, I do already have that because I already worked on them. So I'll take them in, I'll collect the data, we'll give that data over to the authorities, and that's that. And then from there on in, it's no longer our problem. We have kept our
Sounds
word.
good.
Yeah.
A Rick and Morty reference. I just need a hair, Ricky. This isn't Game of Thrones. So are you guys agreeing to hold to your word and just letting them go on Biter, or
Yes.
okay?
Yeah,
Cersei's word, but yeah.
Sounds like it. Yeah.
Okay.
Build
Yeah.
a bit of reputation. Good for us.
Yep.
Okay. So
I'll inform Magnus and Kurt that I've made my decision that I will honor my word.
So Magnus also had a skeleton crew, basically two people, shuttle over to SJ9801, and it jumped right behind you guys for Biter. And so after a week, you come out into the Biter system.
Yay!
It is a binary star system. There's some minor colonies and whatnot in the secondary star, but for the most part, there's not really a whole lot going on in Biter. Biter itself, this is, of course, the end of the Skander's merchant cruise, or the Skander's Vic. You show you Biter itself. It is a fairly small world. Fairly small. It is not particularly inviting. It has a thin atmosphere, and that most of the atmosphere on Biter is actually gradually seeping away into space, because it doesn't even have enough to hold it there. But it does have a Class B starport. It is tech level 10, and 40% of the surface of the planet is actually covered in very shallow seas. Ocean basins are surrounded by mineral flats that have been created by the evaporation of not only the water but the atmosphere. But the population here on Biter numbers around 3 million people. Most of them are living in fairly small communities, doing mostly agricultural work, things like that. Like I said, it does have a Class B starport. And the other oddity about Biter is that, and I think I mentioned this before, is that it actually has a interstellar or Imperial Interstellar Scout Service base that is orbiting in a small station that is orbiting this gas giant. And so there is like a diplomatic treaty that the Sword Worlds has agreed to with the Imperium to allow this scout base to remain here. Most of the Sword Worlders kind of they accept it, but because they're Imperials, there's a little bit of a bitter edge, and there's usually some minor ribbing and jokes that go that can be heard around the port of Biter. But for the most part, the Scout Service doesn't really send a whole lot of people to Biter, but they do have some representatives in the Class B starport on the surface of Biter. And so you basically come into port, and the Skander docks, and Magnus gathers everybody into the cargo hold once more. As they are preparing to offload cargo and whatnot, and he kind of waits for everybody to kind of simmer down, and he says, I want to say that this has been an honor to serve with all of you on this grand merchant cruise, and I know that all of you are going to go on to great things. He says, I believe that we have accomplished far more than we ever set out to do on this. And the first officer kind of goes around and starts handing people tokens, and you each get a token, or you each get 2 tokens. One black and one is white, and you see them going around. They're just basically smooth stones. One's black, one's white, and every member of the crew is given these stones. And he then decides to cast a vote. He says the first thing that everybody should know is you all get the final payment of your service aboard Skander. Everybody gets the 2,500 credits. So you can all add 2,500 credits. He then basically says the stones are for voting. Basically, we will be looking into who is deserving of the bonus. And I have a thing here. Let's see. So Orion, roll 2d plus 1.
Whoa. Tap it out. 6.
And go ahead and roll just a flat 2d.
2D.
Okay.
Another 6.
Casimir, roll 2d plus 2.
And
Ooh. Okay. And then roll a flat 2d.
6.
Okay. Audrey, roll 2d plus 3.
Okay.
Okay. And then roll a flat 2d.
Okay.
Okay. And finally, Zerzi, roll 2d plus 4. Ooh. Okay. And then roll a 2d plus 2. Okay. So what this was is the first roll was basically the esteem that Magnus has for you as crew members. The second roll was for the satisfaction that your fellow crewmates have for you. To give you the ultimate scores, Zerzi, who really has mostly just simply because he's been here longer than everybody else, has plus 11 plus 5. Audrey has plus 7 plus 7 and 0. Casimir has plus 5 and 0, and Orion has plus 1 and plus 0. Now, I will make some rolls myself. The crew is voting. So the crew all votes, and they are casting their stones in. And essentially, the black stone is a no, the white stone is a yes on whether or not they believe that that you guys, Magnus has voted that you guys have been so instrumental. You found, for instance, you found and explored the wreck of Denisov's one of Denisov's final ships. You rescued these hostages. You took over SJ9801. So the crew is voting. For the most part, the crew has voted with a total of 16, which grants you guys the bonus. The bonus.
Boys.
Audrey, Orion, and Casimir, you each are given a bonus from the profits made from Skander of 20,000 credits.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Zerzi, hold on, I have to do some quick math. Zerzi, you have been voted to receive the highest bonus of 35,000 credits.
Very nice.
So from here, you are in dock, and Magnus kind of pulls you guys aside, and he says, I know there has been many questions about whether or not, as you know, I am retiring. This was my last merchant cruise, and I know that there have been many questions regarding whether or not I would turn the ship over to another captain. I have agreed to do that, and I don't want you to take this in the wrong way, but I've agreed to hand it over to the first officer rather than to give it to you. And there are many reasons for that, but I feel that you as a crew, this was your chance to cut your teeth and learn the nature of merchant and trade, and I think that you need some time under your belt on your own ship before taking on a vessel as large as Skander. He says this is by no means a derogatory look upon your skills and abilities or what you've accomplished aboard Skander. It's simply my last chance to shepherd you into being stronger crew and stronger merchants in the future. And so with that, basically everybody disembarks, and you can see that Skander sets course and leaves Biter, heading off for deeper into the Sword Worlds. They're not going on another merchant cruise. They're heading deeper into the Sword Worlds, probably heading to Graham, which is the capital of the Sword Worlds Confederation, and will probably begin taking on new crew and cargo to do another merchant scenario from there. You are in the capital city of, well, you're in the starport and startown of Biter. Are you just letting these three pirates go here? Or how are you doing this?
I mean, basically, yeah. Unless anybody has any objections.
I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, we'll let them go here, and then we're going to go to the local sheriff's
Shipyard.
whatever.
Impound
Yeah,
yard.
and then just hand over the medical dossiers and have on these people.
Okay, and so you you go over and turn this into the patrol at their base here, or their section of these starport here on Biter, and they take the information and are you telling them that these three individuals are on Biter right now and in the town?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
they dispatch patrol members to go and start looking them up. And of course, the initial question to you is, why didn't you bring them? If they were in your custody or you have this information, why didn't you bring them here?
I say, the officer, am I being detained? Am I being detained? Am I free to go? and then then I just leave because they actually don't have any authority here.
Well, the patrol does. This is a Sword World starport. So yeah, the patrol has all the authority.
I thought this was the Imperial Scout people.
No, this would be the patrol base at the starport.
Oh, okay. I say, my dumbass captain gave his word. So,
Did I hear you say that?
No, nope. I went by myself.
No, when you say that he gave his word, you just see all these patrolmen start. They just start nodding.
Yeah, I say, but I say, but as a good and loyal, former Imperial, I think. Well, it doesn't matter what I think. You're welcome for this medical data, which is totally a violation of their privacy. But I didn't sign or promise shit, so
Okay, so you hand this over. They send out patrol to kind of try to look for these guys, round them up, and then the last part of this is that SJ9801 is a scout service ship. So you make your way to the small office here at the starport that the scouts representative has here, and he's exceptionally happy to have SJ9801. And he pays Zerzy because Zerzy had an issued warrant to basically deal with these guys. He issues Zerzy a bounty of 10,000 credits.
Wait, that's it? Wow, that's kind of shit.
In addition to that, the scout officer says that he says, well. He says, I know that the bounty for SJ9801 wasn't as big as you might have hoped for. He says, however, he says, we might have something that might sweeten that pot just a little bit. He says, so there is a ship that the Scout Service has. It was in our logistics division, basically just delivering supplies to different scout bases throughout charted space. He says it's an old ship. She's probably about 150 years old, so she's going to be a little quirky. But it is an A2 class far trader, jump to range, and I can. He says currently it is registered under the name High and Dry. This is the stats for it. It is a hero class A2. It has assumed the name of, or its previous crew gave it the name of High and Dry. Its official designation is ISS S001642-C. But it is currently, according to our records, it is currently sitting in the dock in Flammarion. He says, if you wanted to, and the only reason why I pose this to you is because you come with some high recommendations. And I will tell you who that person is. I need to look at it too. It is... You guys might not even remember the name. There it is. 11.
Is it the noble from the planet who's trying to build a golf course?
It is not. It is actually. What is her name? Her name is. He says, "You come highly recommended by one Angelique Moss from the Courier Alliance." If you remember the episode where the TCA hired you to stop a guy in the starport, and when you found out that there were multiple people after him, and when the case actually opened up that you were supposed to be swapping out, it was filled with hundreds of buttons.
Oh yeah, I remember that now.
Angelique Moss was the person that hired you, and this scout officer tells you, says, yeah, she gave a glowing review of you. We got your names tossed across my desk here probably 3 weeks ago when she came through, and she recommended you for taking up High and Dry. He says essentially all you have to do is go pick it up at Flammarion. And he says it should be a simple matter if you want to charter, or if you want to or if you want to take a cruise liner. He says there is actually a liner that is leaving, and we could the compliments of the scout service, we could secure you berths aboard the Roberta Diane, the scout or the cruiser that is heading in that direction.
Sounds alright, but are we able to change the name on it?
From High and Dry?
Yes.
You can probably re-register it when you take control of the ship.
My
Good.
I was going to ask
comrades
the same thing.
may want to change it to something more of our style, if you will. But yes, we will gladly accept the free transportation to go pick it up.
Okay. So, that's the wrong button. So to show you where you will be going to. You are currently at Biter. Skander has left. So this is Biter. Flammarion's all the way down here, and so this liner will kind of go along the metal worlds down, probably skip past Gun and go to Kaldebog, make the jump to Enos, not sticking around for too long, and then jump straight to Flammarion.
Hey, I've been here before.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have already been through this entire area, right? But
Well,
this time
they haven't.
This time you'll be traveling on a nice cruise liner.
Yeah, cruise liner.
Ooh, fancy.
We could think of all the skills we could learn.
Ooh.
And so, I mean, the tickets that you're given aren't exceptionally fancy tickets. Let me find. Where is it?
I mean, I'm just gonna upgrade. I have the money now. I'm not staying in fucking steerage.
Steerage. So yeah, you guys come aboard. This is a fairly large liner, and you can pick your stateroom.
Ooh, staterooms.
Whatever one's the most expensive.
Yeah, seriously.
Listen
As
here,
as long as I got my own room to myself, I'm happy.
Yeah, it looks like we want the stuff on the other
Well, I
floor.
mean, it could be worse. They could have given you tickets for the lowbirds.
Yeah, well, at that point, I would just spat in the guy's face and kept the ship for ourselves.
Can I get one of these rooms down here?
So 12 are the number 12s are high staterooms. These are high. 11s are luxury staterooms. So yes,
Whatever
you could.
is luxury higher than high.
Yeah, I would say that you could upgrade to a luxury stateroom for probably 3,000 credits.
Peanuts.
It's not entirely peanuts for me, but fuck that.
You guys are going to be living high on the hog as you make your way, on this cruise ship. That's right. Weird. That Sensors looks like a movie theater. Anyways,
I thought it was a theater.
that was my initial thought too. But there's a swimming pool. Number 13 is a swimming pool.
Love the fact that it's the same color as the fuel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's worrisome. But yeah, so
Swimming in hydrogen.
Let me double check one other thing before I let you guys go. That is in, I believe, adventure class ships. Passenger shipping. Yeah, so this is a passenger cruiser. It is Jump 3. So going back up here and looking at your speed of your travel. One, two, three, four. Probably about. You're probably looking at about 8 weeks total travel time, because it'll spend usually. Well, not 8 weeks. Probably there's not a whole lot to see here, so it's probably going to be more along the lines of about 6 weeks. A couple days in system as it refuels, and then doing skimming, and then moving on. So this thing can skim, can't it? Maybe not. Probably more close than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, it'll be about 8 weeks, and in 8 weeks you will have gone to Flammarion. So that's where we'll leave it off for tonight, and we'll pick it up next week with you guys undergoing your cruise in anticipation of picking up your new ship.
Do we get to do study periods?
You do. We will go ahead and you can, let's just move it along right now. You can go ahead and add 1 week to your study period.
Okay.
As you 1 week. Okay.
Yep. As you make your way back to Warden.
All right. So we're not doing the whole transport thing. Okay. All right.
I'm going to do some random rolls, see if anything interesting happens while aboard. But we will pick that up next week and make some decisions on what happens or what doesn't happen while you are aboard the Roberta Diane.
All right, sounds good.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, I will see you guys next week then.
Yeah, thank you very much for running.
Next week.
You're very welcome. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.